spot Ethan in his natural habitat live streaming another WSOP bracelet event. The 10K punt he had in Austin really must have hit him hard. He's using a pasta box as a webcam stand. He does end up making a deep run in one of my later vlogs, so be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of that fun. Let's go, we're on our way to the WYNN. We're gonna get into the $500 buy-in 500K. It's the last day to enter. Day 2 is tomorrow. Both of us are gonna get into it. Undoubtedly. We got Karan on the way too, close to broke. Let's run it up. Zaboski! Put them both up. He's got home court advantage today.
This is the Asian too, so it's perfect.
We're into the 500K for hopefully our one and only bullet of $500. We late reg in our alternate number 184. After waiting for what felt like an hour, we finally get our number called and head over to table number 55. We blind down here and there and end up getting our pocket fives all in pre versus an early position raiser to 1200. I went all in for 13K and she called. Flop gave us no help. The turn was the 8 of hearts, nothing for us, and the river, king of diamonds, doesn't improve us at all. And she's gonna knock us out of the tournament. The first bullet was a little tough there. We got 5s in versus 10. Really didn't get any hands. We called pre with some suited aces and just missed all the flops. All of the flops we got in were like 5 ways, so we couldn't take any stabs and take it down. Oh well, we're in for another bullet here. We got some drunken noodles in the bag. We're good to go. We're gonna take one more stab at this. All right, let's run it up. We then get our stack all in versus ace-7 of clubs from the button. Flop gives him a pair, comes 7 of hearts. Turn comes the 8 of diamonds, and the river's no help comes the 8 of spades, and we're going to felt an opponent. We then find ourselves in another optimal spot here when the button shows all in with pocket 5s, and we call him off with pocket queens. We end up flopping a set. It comes queen 7-3. The turn comes the ace of spades, and the river 7 of spades doesn't improve him, and we felt another opponent. With blinds at 600, 1200, 1200, look down at pocket 8s from the hijack. The action folds to me and I raise it up to 3K. The cutoff goes all in now for 14,000 and the action folds back around to me. Pocket 8's here, no brainer. I put in the call and he shows ace queen. So we're ahead of him here, 55-45. Let's go dealer, off to a run out. Gotta win these flips if you want to make a deep run in the tournament. The flop is pretty good for us. It comes 3-4 jack, no help for him. Turn comes the deuce of hearts, still no help. And the river seals his fate. It comes the 6 of diamonds and we felt another opponent. Blinds at 1,000, 1,500, 1,500. We look down at queen 8 of clubs from the big blind. Middle position raises it up to 4K. The small blind puts in the call. We're in the big blind here. It's only another 2,500 for us to put in the call. That's what I do, and we're going 3 ways to the flop. With 12K in the pot, the flop comes 10-8-3, giving us a pair and a backdoor straight and flush draw. Small blind checks, and I check my action over to the middle position initial raiser, and she decides to fire for 7,000. Small blind pretty quickly gets out of the way, but I'm not done with the hand just yet. It's pretty hard to make a pair and no limit hold'em, so we're going to be putting in the call and we're off to the turn. Turn comes a 7 of clubs, which is a great card for us. Gives us additional outs with the flush possibility. I check in flow again to the aggressor, and she decides to check behind. River gives us 2 pair, comes a queen of spades, a pretty great card for us. I don't want this to get checked behind. I want to get a little bit of value if she has a 10, so I decide to bet 15.5K. The lady points her finger at me and disgustingly throws her cards into the muck, so we're going to take down that pot with our river 2 pair. We get it table change and we're blessed. We're first hand looking down at pocket aces from late position. We're on 90K in our stack and the under the gun decides to raise it up to 6,000. The action folds around to me and 6,000 is not enough for a premium hand like pocket aces. I 3-bet him to 14K. Everybody else gets out of the way and the under the gun position decides to put in the call, so going heads up in position to the flop. 31K in the pot, the flop comes 5-3-9 with 2 diamonds. We have the ace of diamonds in our hand. Under the gun checks in flow over to us, and I definitely need to be going for a C-bet. I bet 10K. The opponent decides to go for the check jam, all in for $40,000. I don't even think about it. I stick in enough chips, putting in a call. The opponent shows ace-9 of spades. We have him absolutely crushed here. Turn comes the 7 of diamonds. He's drawing pretty slim, and the river comes the 5 of hearts, and we're going to take down that $111,000 pot. Let's go. Ooh, let's go. We made it to another break here. 198 players left in the tournament, and 84 are going to make day 2. We're hoping to be one of those 84 players. Got 150K in our stack after the aces versus ace-9 hand. We're running pretty good. We're playing pretty good. hopefully our luck continues. Let's see what happens. Blinds at 2K, 3K, 3K. We look down at ace 5 of clubs from the hijack. The action folds to me, so I make it 9,000, and now the button puts in the call, so going heads up to the flop. 26K in the pot. The flop comes 7, 6 deuce with 1 club. We don't have this board crushed, but I decide to make a 10K bet here into the 26K, and let's see what the opponent does. Opponent doesn't think at all. He just snap makes it 45K, goes for the raise here, and the action's back onto us. Pretty weird spot when the opponent just insta raises you, like 4.5x. Pretty large raise here. I don't really know what he's repping. He is on the button, so I guess he could have the sets here, pocket 6s, pocket 7s, could have 7-6. Also could have some straight draws like 8-9 and 4-5, although we do block 4-5. Just not a situation where I'm trying to preserve my chips here, and I don't want to be getting in with ace high here on some draws. So reluctantly, I push my cards into the muck, and that opponent is going to beat us in this hand. Blinds at 2K, 3K, 3K. We look down at king, queen offsuit from middle position. Under the gun raises it up to 8K. I put in the call, and the big blind calls as well, going 3 ways to the flop. 29K in the pot, the flop comes queen high. Queen 8-4, we have top pair with a king kicker. The big blind checks, the under the gun checks, and the action's on us. We have top pair with a pretty good kicker. I want to go for some value here. There's a lot of straight and flush draws that we want to charge. I bet a third of the pot for 8K. Big blind gets out of the way, and unfortunately the under the gun player does as well. We're going to take down that pot, but we're hoping for it to be a little bit larger. Next hand, we look down at ace-king offsuit from under the gun. I raise it up to 10K. Middle position, who is a very, very good player, he mentioned to another player to his right that he just won a very large tournament at the PokerGo Studios for like $250,000. He 3-bets us to 28K. The button doesn't think too long before going all in now for 110K, and the action's back over to us. The middle position has us both covered here, and we have ace-king offsuit. Against a 3-bet from just the middle position player, I'd probably just 4-bet, rip it all in, but when the button sees that I raised under the gun and then I get 3-bet from a very good player, I think the button's going to have a very, very tight range here, probably pocket jacks plus, and against that range, we're not doing so well, so I decide to make a very exploitative fold here and toss my cards into the muck. Don't worry though, we're going to see how this action plays out, because when I fold, the middle position player calls and he shows ace king. The button shows pocket queen, so it's a classic flip here, although I do have 2 of the outs that the middle position player wanted to see. We're feeling pretty good about the situation so far until the flop comes king, king 4. We would have flopped trips and chopped the button's money here. Nothing we can do about it now. The turn and the river are inconsequential, and the very good player is going to get richer. He's going to take down that hand. Are any of you guys playing that hand differently? Let me know down in the comments. Blinds at 2K, 4K, 4K. We look down at pocket 9s from the small blind. Middle position raises it up to 14K, and only I put in the calls, going heads up to the flop. Flop comes queen 5-8 with 2 hearts, and we check our option over to the middle position pre-flop raiser. He decides to go for a c-bet here of 17,000 chips. There's only 1 card above our pocket 9s, and I don't think we could be folding just yet, so I decide to get sticky and put in the 17K, and we're off to the turn. 67,000 in the pot. The turn comes a 7 of clubs, giving us now a gutter to the straight. Nothing to do here but check, so that's what I do, and now the middle position player fires for 28K. When he raises pre and then gets his c-bet called on the flop, I think when he fires here on the turn, he has pretty much a queen. Other than a flush draw, I don't really think there's anything that we can beat. For that reason, I'm not going to go fishing here for a 6 or a 9. I decide to toss my cards into the muck and let him have it. 135 players left in the field, 84 advance. We look down at ace-king of clubs from the small blind. Blinds are 3K, 6K, 6K, and the under the gun raises it up to 12K. We're feeling pretty good about this situation, and then there's 2 other callers in between the initial raiser and us. We only have 55K in our stack. No-brainer decision here. Let's get this dead money. I ship it all in for 55K. The under the gun thinks about it for a while, but ultimately finds a call for 55,000, and all the other players fold. I turn over my ace-king suited, big slick as they like to call it, and the other opponent turns over pocket queen, so another flip here. We gotta win this. Let's go. There's help right on the flop. It comes ace 7-5 with 2 spades. Turn comes the 8 of diamonds, and the river doesn't help the opponent. It comes the 4 of hearts. We get a double up plus some. We're up to 135K. 99 opponents left in the tournament, 84 pay. We only need to fade another 15 to get that min cash. We have 135k in our stack, and we look down at ace king again from the big blind. The blinds are still 3k, 6k, 6k, and the middle position raises it up to 16,000 chips. Great spot for us again here to go for the all-in. We want to maximize our fold equity and put our opponents in as tough a spot as possible. I go all in for 135,000. Middle position snaps us off, so we're going off to a run out here. Let's see what he has. He has ace queen. We have him absolutely dominated. Come on, dealer. Let's give us this pot here. 273,000 in the pot. The flop comes 8, 10, 4 with 2 clubs. Turn comes a king of spades. The opponent now only can hit a jack to win this pot. And the river does not come that. It comes a king of diamonds. And we're going to get another double up, and we're up to 273,000 chips. Crazy how in a matter of 2 hands we went from 55,000 to almost 300,000 chips. Tournament poker, man. It's looking good, you guys. We got 258k. Average is like 210 right now. Got to fade 10 more people to make the day 2 and the money. I think we can do it. We just got to hold on here, pick our spots wisely. Ace king been so good to us these last 2 hands. Doubled up from like 65k to like 140, and then all the way up now to 260. Let's go, boys. Let's get it. We make it to hand-to-hand play, and a guy literally has one $1,000 chip in front of him. He's holding on for dear life. So hand-for-hand play is over. We finally make the money. Let's go, boys. Drop a like on this video for the Hendon Mob database going up. We ended up bagging 238,000 chips. A great day. We're going to make the money. We're going to come back for day 2. All around a great experience. We did it. We made day 2, bagged 238k. Gonna be coming back tomorrow in around 8 hours. Gotta be back here at noon. Got our pomegranate juice. We're feeling great. Those double ups got us in the right place we needed to be. We're gonna come back tomorrow and try to run it up. Let's go, boys. Woo! Thanks for watching to the end of my video. Click my head below to subscribe and stay in the loop. See you next time.